And good evening and welcome to Planetherring. I'm Michael, and it has been a very long time since we have done any kind of iRacing streaming. Pretty much probably a good month, if not longer. The entire month of February pretty much was a bust when it comes to streaming and iRacing. Lots of things going on of a personal and family nature, and well, it just hasn't been a good month for the most part, all around. Couple of highlights though, and guess it all balances out in the end. So we're going to get started here. We totally missed the tail end of iRacing 2020 Season 1. Pretty much everything from week on, and therefore we have now passed week 13, and of course it is now iRacing 2020 Season 2, Week 1. And we're going to start this week with the NASCAR Class A fixed race. We are at Atlanta Motor Speedway this week. Going to give this a shot to start with. Let's go in here. We've actually gone in here and got everything configured on the pedals. We do have the Thrustmaster T3PA Pro pedals. Hopefully you've catched my video on at least part one of that on the new pedals. They are working great. No complaints whatsoever. And hopefully I'll have part two of that come up here within the next week or so. And we're going to go ahead. We don't have too much time before this race session starts here. So we're going to go ahead and get a few laps in. See if we can get our screens worked out here. Haven't driven Atlanta in quite a little while here. Get my screens going. Pretty much it's always about getting out of the gate on our qualifying. Stand behind the cone. And of course, as always, running no assists on the gears. Unless you absolutely have to, that will slow you down. Car feels nice and steady here, not running into any problems. First couple of laps should be able to hold it pretty well. I think by default this thing actually has a +10 offset on it, although it doesn't really feel like it. A little bit of throttle feather around there. I think we're going P2 right now. P3 actually. Ought to be a fun race. Figured I would start off with something relatively easy. And so here we are. But we're not doing too bad as far as the running. Quite a few people actually signed up for this race, so yet another reason to give it a shot. Last count, I think it was like 55, 60 people. This, of course, is Tuesday night. First full day of week 1. We'll see how this goes. These races early in the week can be both productive and a little crazy. And so I do think for Season 2, leave me alone. Yes, because I'm trying to duck. I don't need a interrupting crew chief. Anyway, I do think I'm going to try to do a few different things. Season 2. Going to continue with the NASCAR Class A series at the very least. We'll hopefully try and run a complete season here. Going to forego the IndyCar Fixed Series this time around. I usually run those. I've run those almost continuously now for quite some time. So I'm going to kind of leave off with those this season. I do want to try and run one of the Dirt Sprint Car Series in its entirety. And I'm still making up my mind. I would really like to continue the VRS sprint races. I think I was doing pretty well in those. And I'm definitely want to give the fixed BMW 12.0 series a go this time around. So we'll see how it goes, which series I want to see have the most participation, and also what's just fun to drive. And as always with iRacing, I can hop in and out of different series. I'm probably going to start doing updates to my MX-5 How-To series. I think that's important because of the new tire model, and I've had a couple of requests for that. Let's just pull over here and stop. I'm still getting a couple of little glitches. I reset my graphics settings here recently, and I feel like I'm still, wow, 107 drivers are registered. Before we get that going, let's kind of look at our graphics settings here. See what I can pull down. Ground sounds, crowds. Okay, I think that's all pretty normal. I think it probably should draw all the cars. Not sure how well that's going to do. Pretty well had turned off most of this. Yeah. Do have a 1070 Ti. Seems like most of this should work, so I'm not really certain why I'm still getting a little bit of the stutters, but well, might have to do some research and go back through this a little bit. Cars high, I like having that on, and maybe just, I don't really want to do too low a detail here. But let's just leave it where it's at. And we've got about what we got. Oh, we got 1 minute until we go over to the official races session. So it looks like we're all good on our sound and everything here. That's always good. Where we are in the results here, 30.3. Just a little bit off, but I never did run with a draft, so that's probably the reason. So I like not being too far down the order here. We'll see how we do in qualifying. And it's time to get on it. So let's go ahead and click that race button. No need to save this replay. Grab the old water bottle here. All right. So, of course, it is a fixed setup race. Don't really have to worry about anything at all. We will go in and check our steering offset, though. I do like to run with a little bit of plus offset on the car. It makes it a little bit easier into turns, mainly because I have the USB cable coming off of my wheel plate here. Come on. Let's load the sucker up. But anyway, all right, practice time. So there's nothing to do here. Let's look at the garage. Let's go over to chassis. So we are doing a +6 by default. I think we're going to do more of a +10. And then we're using a 12-to-1 ratio. I feel like that's not too bad for this car on this track. Leave it at that. So from a car standpoint, I do only run 640 degrees on the steering wheel. A little bit easier to turn that way. So yeah, I got all my controls reset. That's always good. All right, so we got about 40 seconds until the qualifying session. So we'll get that started here very, very quickly. I think we're pretty well shooting for the 30 somethings. See if we can't just get a couple of full blast laps out of the tires without any feathering, and see if we can't really throw it around this track. Looks like we do have a full house this evening. 100% full, 29 drivers. Of course, this is the Class A series. Should be a bunch of good guys. We shall see. We're not muted. And it's time to begin qualifying. So let's go ahead and get this knocked out of the way. Everything's good. Let's set up our screens for driving purposes. All right. Of course, those screens are brought to us by the Z1 dashboard software, which I do not get paid to mention, but you know, it's always helpful. All right, so we're going to get out here. Pit speed limit's 50. Just kind of come up here right on in between the change from banking to flat. Speeding up without sliding. All right, here we go. And just pedal to the metal. Should be able to really just toss this car around into the turns. Go ahead and steer into it. Keep that throttle down as best we can. And not too bad there. Coming up on it. Ooh, right at the 30-second mark. Like a 29.9, in fact. Nice and tight. Almost another tenth. There we go. So it looks like a high 29.8. Good for 8th place, 9th place. Let's see if we are at least in the ballpark here. So let's check out those results. 29.768 is pole currently. We are at 29.893, so we are just a hair over a tenth off pace. There you go, folks. That is how tight these Class A races are. Just got to get those lines absolutely perfect. All right. I actually feel like that what I do want to do, let's see, what does it say? I actually feel like I want to take it down to a 10-to-1 ratio. Not like I really wasn't getting the turn on the car that I wanted. So we're going to do that. That'll make it turn a little bit faster. I have to be a little bit more careful with my steering wheel movements. We're holding fast at number 9th. Looks like we're going to be car number 2. And got about a minute 15 left on this. So just to review here, fixed setup race, nothing you can change with any of this. We are going to be running a 10-to-1 ratio on the steering and with a plus 10 on the steering wheel. Really the only things you can change, I personally don't really use the brakes, so not sure that that really matters. And then as far as the car itself, 640 degrees on the steering wheel. Of course, we have our pedals. Most important thing is no shift aids whatsoever unless you absolutely need them. Those will slow you down, even though you don't really do any shifting. So very important to note. Everything else set up. I do suggest that you do something to be able to see your car temperatures, just in case you don't want the car to blow up on you, especially in a draft. Not really as important in this race, but we'll see. So the race itself is 50 laps. This is official. It's Class A fixed. And so my first race, I did remember to type in the shameless plug. We're ready to grid. And here we go. Click it again. There we go. All right, so we do have the planetherring Camaro on the track, ready to rock and roll here. 1 lap to green. We are at Atlanta Motor Speedway for 50 laps. We'll see how this goes. And of course, this is a Class A series, so no fast repairs. Doubtful that we will need any fuel here, but if we do go in under caution, we will absolutely be grabbing new tires. And those are checked, ready to go. 1 to green. Keep me updated.
Acknowledged. I'll keep you up to date.
All right, turn him back on, and let's get ready to go. See, turn this down just a hair. All right. 30 seconds till we start moving, give or take. Mic check.
10-4, gotcha.
Thank you. Not a lot of chatter in here tonight.
50 laps.
I hear you. I have one question. Is your nickname Red?
No.
Follow car number 17.
Well, if I had the time, the real life story is much, much worse.
Lord, I'm literally in last place. I might as well just start in third, because Lord knows Kate Carnage is going to happen in front.
I got screwed out of my last race. I wasn't first, I won it, but caution before that, apparently I passed the pace car. When the replay showed, the pace car was at the restart box, and I was at the whatever. New race.
Well, I'm having a miracle of a night for me. I've top five in trucks and V-car. I'm going for the triple.
I've won the past 2 NAS races. That's about the luck I have, though.
Stay calm. Focus.
Now that I've gone ahead and said it out loud, I'm gonna die this race.
All right, folks, we are racing.
Got a car high. Hold your line.
Full course caution. Be careful.
Well, that didn't take long.
Race cars out. Line up single file behind car number 4. We're under caution. Pits
Everybody
closed.
died right in front of me. I'm not sure how I lived.
I don't even think I was in fourth gear yet.
I just got to it.
And there we go. This is the Class A series. And we can't even get
I
through
don't
turn
know,
1.
but like freaking 20th place or something like that. Everybody died in front of me. And then the only reason I'm alive is because the car that I was about to run into disconnected. So thank you, whoever rage quit.
Some days you're the windshield, some days you're the bug.
Although somehow we did manage to lose, what, 2 spaces? I don't even remember getting past.
So far today, I've been the fucking bug.
All right, so we are turned 2 to green.
Yeah, you got thrown on that pit stop.
Car in 1.
Yeah, and then of course
We're
the
under
car
caution.
finally got
It's
that
closed.
restart, so I ended up actually winning the race, but obviously had a black flag.
Hey Derek, what's up again?
What's going on, man?
I'll try not to stomp the brakes in front of a wreck this time.
Yeah, these cars are a little easier to handle.
That B6 setup is just weird.
I personally love it.
You're smarter than me to figure it out. I was losing traction on the back straightaway, pointing right towards the wall.
Boy, you gotta dance it a little bit. You're not so much trying to go straight as trying to manage your which side of the car the weight's on.
Yeah, I definitely didn't like that feeling going down the back straight.
Oh, I almost clobbered more than one person coming out of 2 hot going down the back straight.
All right, Michael. Get
I
ready.
started
Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Attempts by myself.
All right, so here we are again. 11th place this time for some unexplained reason.
I don't know what it works for you guys, but what worked for me with that car is to not try and go straight, but simply try and manage the zigzag. Because that way I wasn't over controlling the car.
I haven't run the D yet. It's really that bad.
It's fantastic fun, but the backstretch is scary.
You gotta conserve your tires quite a bit.
So we are getting ready for the restart here.
I didn't hit all race and I was at 13% by the end of it.
I went from last to 5th to 9th.
Green, green, green.
Clear outside. Outside. Clear high.
All right, let's try to keep this going.
Car high.
Oh crap, they've already reckoned.
Hold your line. Clear
Yep,
high.
I'm good.
Car outside.
Got a full course caution. Watch out.
Ooh, that was some lucky stuff.
Single file behind car 4. We're under caution. It's
Oh,
closed.
yeah, mine's going towards
That was a good race, y'all. Really enjoyed the 2 laps.
Really?
What happened?
I'm not sure. All I know is somebody started helicoptering and I locked up and still couldn't get away.
That's the 22-21, I think.
All right, well, now we're up to 7th.
Oh, I'm done. Y'all have a good night.
Into 3.
Forecourse yellow. Pits are open.
All right, well, here we are. We're at 6 and 50. We've already had
Clear of it and got clobbered from the side.
already got 2 cautions. Well, this is going to be a long, long race, boys.
I think it was number 20. Whoever was behind me did a fantastic job not running me over. I appreciate you. Whoever you were, I don't know who was behind me there, but it got hairy and you didn't run me over, and I thank you.
We're under caution.
22
Pits are
just came out,
closed.
killed 21. Started that whole mess.
I feel bad now because I had my foot in it because I was trying to get outside of the car that was helicoptering in the infield. And then everybody died in front of me and I just slammed into whoever it was that was sideways, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay, well, at least these are fast cautions. We are at 2 to green already.
Somebody got a bad restart and they kind of punched everything up.
Yeah, I thought everybody was going there, and I had to let off it. Screw me up.
Yeah, Derek, you and I let off because we saw what's happening. Tim, man, you were coming like a rocket ship. I was just praying that you didn't hit one of those cars or hit one of us.
So we are actually up to 6th
I'm
now.
starting to get real sick of seeing these big spoilers.
Yeah, I was trying to get past it before they come down and hit me. Then we got 3 wide there for a minute before that. It's wild.
Yeah, we were doing fine.
Race
I don't
car's
know
in
what
this
it
lap.
was with the one car. He just came up and slammed the guy against the wall. I mean, you got to know somebody's out to your outside.
All right, we're on the 3rd row now.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault, Jericho.
Second.
To finish first. Unless first finish.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, here we go, boys. Once again.
Let's just try to get stand out here, guys, for a couple laps.
No, don't you understand? If you're not leading by lap 12, you lost the race.
They're giving them no idea how to build.
There goes the pace car.
Green flag. We're racing.
Clear high.
Don't know how I lost the draft.
P6.
Hold your line. Clear inside.
All right, here we go.
P7. That's your fastest lap today.
Okay, somebody, how I'm getting the one being.
Just done at 31.4.
Inside. Hold your line. Clear low.
The lap time was 31.4.
And then we're back where we started, I think. That might have been the slow way around.
Car low.
The lap time was at 30.5.
Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. You're clear inside. Car low. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line.
The lap was at 30.9.
Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Clear inside.
That lap was at 31.0.
Okay, I gotta figure this out because I'm getting past again.
That lap time was 31.0.
Inside. Still there. Hold your line. Inside clear.
Good boy.
Leaders coming a bit high.
The guy in front is white number 13.
Getting hosed here, man.
Car inside. Clear low. Got a car on the inside. Hold your line. You're clear inside. There's a car on your inside. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear inside.
Oh wow, this is bad. All the way down to 14. Worse than that. Somehow I have managed to blow my tires up, I think. Alright, let's try to be smart.
On the outside. Clear outside.
Because that didn't work for us, we got to catch back up. Be nice to have a caution, but way back here, that might not be a good idea.
Sorry, guys. Man, we got out of ground.
That's half distance. Fuel levels are fine. Your last lap time was at 32.0.
Carlo. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear low. Inside. Hold your line. Clear low.
Full course caution. Ready on the back. Ready for 3. Race car's out. Line up single file behind car number 9. Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Alright, well, we have absolutely got to get some tires on this sucker. We just burnt them to a crisp. Even though it doesn't register. I figured that one out.
Checking up 3 hard.
The leader's pitting now. Whiteman in front is pitting. Pit lane speed limit is 50 miles per hour. Box in 1130 feet. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Alright, well, let's see where we ended up here.
Thank you both for your service.
The leader is pitting now. Pits are open.
damage my pit box was hitting.
2 to green, and we are way down in 14th place. Wow, our tires just did not hold up. All right, well, nowhere near as good as I thought we were going to be doing here tonight, especially considering where we qualified and where we were at one point. Now we do have to move back up through the field, and that is not going to be easy. Like pretty much everybody else has figured this one out except for me.
Full course yellow, pits are open.
And I'm going to be on the outside to start, so yay. And we are literally in the back. Handful of guys behind me, though.
Okay, Michael, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Okay, it looks like that brings us up to 13th. 12th, even. That doesn't make sense. I'm 12th. Why am I on the inside line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm in 13th, actually. Oh, well. Here we go. Let's line up. Get ready to go. We're at 31 of 50 laps. Guy behind me has been beat to hell. He ain't catching me. Guy in front of me is way too far back. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Green flag.
Car high. Still there.
814.
Hold your line. Clear outside.
All right, let's catch some people.
Okay, Michael, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
Got a car on the outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
13th place. That lap time was 30.3.
Come on, let's get them up here.
That was 30.4.
Got a car low.
That lap was 30.6.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Inside clear.
That last lap was 30.9.
Car outside. Clear high.
P30. You've just done a 31.0.
Got a car high. Still there. Hold your line.
P12.
Hold your line. Clear high.
You've just done a 31.1.
Car low. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Still there.
P30. That lap time was 31.6.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Clear low.
Okay, Michael. Push now. Catch this guy. P12.
Car high. Hold your line. Clear high. Outside. Still there. Clear high.
P11. That lap was 31.6.
All right, we got 2 laps go, buddy.
2 laps remaining. That lap was at 31.6.
Come on, car, keep turning. Last one.
White flag. 1 more to go. The lap time was 31.6. Okay, Michael. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Inside. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear inside.
E11. There we go. It's over. Bring it back round.
Hey, great racing with you, Michael. That was fucking fun.
Yeah, that was pretty good there. Came back pretty good at the end, considering how far back I slipped.
Yeah, that was fun, man. Appreciate clean racing with you, man.
Well, that's what I'm going for. You as well.
Yeah, you got me right at the end, man. I have to look at the replay on that. You couldn't have beat me by more than 2 feet.
Look out for the pit
Yeah,
speed
that's always fun when it's pretty close off of turn 4.
30 feet. Box in. 5, 4,
Good
3,
win, Brandon. Good race.
1. Box now.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, there we go. We finished way back, but it was a good race there at the end, passing some people. Working on my technique there a little bit. Let's check out that finish. With the far chase. Probably have to go back. Yeah, it looks like he was coming up on me. Yeah, that might be a better view there. I think, let's see, lap number 50. Pretty close. Very, very close. Probably went up a little bit higher, a lot higher than I really needed to. Wow, that was really, really close.
I don't know what happened there, Dakota.
And boom. Ugh, that's slow. That's not stop.
Sorry, I forgot I wasn't number 3 this race.
Now let's have a look here at that. Oh, wow, he is right. It was absolutely a photo finish.
Actually, it was more like 6 inches, Michael.
Yeah, I was just watching that myself. It was a photo finish to be sure.
Yeah, I don't think there were inches there.
Yep, that was right on it. So with that, I'm going to call it for this evening. And there we have it, the first race of iRacing 2020 Season 2, Week 1. NASCAR Class A fixed, qualified 9th, came in 11th. A little bit disappointed there with that. Actually started 11th, so didn't fall back on the grid at all, according to that. Had some pretty decent pace, but I think I just didn't really have the measure of the track from the beginning. Wore the tires out, really couldn't get any grip there right before that last pit stop. If that had happened probably 5-6 laps earlier, we would have been in good shape. But unfortunately, it is what it is tonight. So all in all, not too bad. We did finish, didn't get caught up in any wrecks or anything like that, and had a good race. So with that, I am going to call it. Of course, plenty of things going to happen in season 2. Lots of other videos out. We've got I believe it's 3 more weeks of the RM Solo Winter Sim Racing Series. Hard to believe that the winter is practically over and everyone will go back to their real life events during the spring and summer and fall, and that'll be the end of that for the year. And of course, we've got our Let's Play with the Lego Force Awakens with my son Justin. And I've got part 1 of my pedal T3PA Pro out there for you to enjoy. And of course, I will have part 2 out here shortly. And I'm still working on my DIY rig teardown, rebuild, and kind of my thoughts on building sim racing rigs. Working on the editing. It's taken a lot longer than I would have thought. But with that, going to call it a night. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And we do have a link for some Planet Herring t-shirts and other merchandise down in the description below. And as always, here's the end card. Hey guys, Michael here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. Click on the Planet Herring logo to subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think about the video in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.